Well, you're in an emergency. You have to call 911. Would you rather hear a human voice on the other side of the line or AI? We are talking about artificial intelligence. And as a new study shows, AI was more accurate when it came to identifying signs of a stroke than human experts over the phone. This leads to the debate regarding whether AI is a better tool when dialing 911. So to break it down, let's turn to our panel. News Nation's Nick Smith, he is the Midwest correspondent for Mornings in America, and Kelly Kitely, a licensed clinical social worker. So Kelly, I'll start with you. We're talking about that human touch, that perception. What do you think? Would you rather hear AI or a human on the other side? I think most people would say human.
I would. I think if I'm in an emergency and in a crisis, I want to feel connected to somebody. And as we were laughing beforehand, I don't want somebody saying, pause, next, as I'm in this crisis. I really want somebody talking me through it in a compassionate voice.
Okay, so we have those studies that say statistically AI has a 10% better chance of figuring out what the issue is and whether or not a response is needed. What do you say?
If I'm about to die, I would still rather have a human being on the other line. And I do understand that maybe there's more accuracy there, but for me, it seems lower than wanting to really have somebody to talk me through a crisis.
Excellent. How do you feel, Nick?
And Kelly, and I'm thinking just the opposite, right? I'm thinking that
I knew you would.
Get to that point that AI may be able to actually help you determine if there is a problem, because it's possible I'm having a conversation and I may not be completely transparent. Okay, hey, I'm a big guy. I can't let her know that I'm really not feeling well here, so I'm going to, no, I'm fine. It's just a little cough. I don't know why she made me call or why I'm calling. It's just a little ache. And actually AI can say, no, big guy, you have a problem right there, because I can hear it in the voice that you're trying to mask for a human that you can't mask with me. So I'm thinking that maybe this AI would help me to break down and be less embarrassed about needing that help.
Or to be able to identify the symptoms. You may think you have one thing, but AI knows you have another. And I'm torn on it, so I'm not one way or the other. But Kelly, what do you think?
Okay, so maybe you do have a point. I'm not going to have you sway my opinion, but if you're talking to me on the other line, I'm going to call you out on the, hey, you're a big guy, maybe you're a man, maybe you're not owning some of these symptoms, and finding out what you need by probing questions. And maybe that's more of an art than a science, but as a psychotherapist, that's where my expertise lies.
Something you can only get with the human touch, is what you're saying.
Do you feel like there are things missing, Nick, without the human touch?
I do. I think that what happens, in my opinion, what happens with the AI situation specifically, I think that AI can move away some of the biases that we inherently walk in with when we're talking to a person, right? Mm-hmm. An accent. He's got a Southern accent, so maybe Nick isn't that sharp and doesn't really understand what's happening. Or maybe, guys don't always go to the doctor, so this is really no big deal if he really had a problem. I just think that there are just things that the mechanical aspect of this would remove and possibly help me get the help that I may not even know that I need. And additionally, I think that what AI can also do is probably move it along a lot quicker. While it's assessing this, maybe it can also call for that ambulance or emergency service, or let my contact know that, hey, we're diagnosing something happening here with Nicholas. Kelly, you may want to go ahead and get to the hospital because we're going to recommend that this guy take himself in to be checked out.
Well, I think that's a really interesting analysis. And I hear your point, Kelly, because maybe through that filter, you're missing some human things that are, in fact, play a factor in the response that's needed in that case.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.